A very good afternoon to you and welcome to Lunchtime News, coming to you live and direct from the Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. I'm Bernadine Jai Singha. Let's take a look at headlines. Former Minister Basil Rajapaksa further remanded until the 8th of this month. The march by the joint opposition heads towards Colombo. Major impact caused to the Mahabali River shores in Gatembe Kandy due to illegal sand excavations. 6,860 kilograms of dust seized in Kadugannava. Former Minister of Economic Development Basil Rajapaksa has been further remanded until the 8th of this month. This order was issued when Basil Rajapaksa was produced before Kaduvela Magistrate Dhammika Hemapala this morning. The former minister was brought to the Kaduvela Magistrate Court in an ambulance today. Following an inspection carried out by the magistrate, orders were issued to further remand the former minister. Basil Rajapaksa was arrested by the police FCID and remanded on the 18th of July for the alleged misappropriation of funds belonging to the Nivinagama department. UNP MP Harshana Rajakarna participated in an event which was held in Katana.
The event was held to launch a website for young professionals. A certain faction is attempting to reverse the change that we achieved with all their strength. The Mahinda Rajapaksa faction is attempting to do this through a padayatra or a march. A certain faction is attempting to reverse the change that we achieved with all their strength. The Mahinda Rajapaksa faction is attempting to do this through a padayatra or a march. They are trying to convince the people that all we accomplished could be changed with a march. But to be honest, if you have a brain, you will realize the truth. Do we want to move forward? Or do we want to return to the era where dictatorship, nepotism and thievery prevailed?
UPFA parliamentarian Udaya Gammampila arrived at the Gatembe Raja Upavanaramaya along with former Minister Professor J.L. Pieris yesterday.
The people have changed their minds. This was witnessed clearly through the Padayatra. That is why the government is not holding elections. Is there any country in the world which functions with active urban councils or municipal councils? Not a single Pradeshya Sabha is currently active. All those elected bodies were dissolved. They are not conducting the election because they are frightened of the people's opinion. If the people don't have the opportunity to go to the polls, how else are they supposed to express their dissatisfaction? That is what you can see in the Padayatra. To my knowledge, it is the joint opposition that organized this march. None of our members have committed any wrong. According to the law, we are all innocent until proven guilty. To the IGP, I need to state this. The police have been acting shamelessly in the recent past. We invite the government to see how long our protest marches stretch.
The Padayatra conducted by the joint opposition is here in Colombo after commencing from Kiribati this morning. The march is currently passing Kalania. Let's cross over live to the Padayatra. Suspects in connection with the illegal transportation of a herd of cows via a lorry in Kochukattia, Puttalam were arrested by the Police Special Task Force at dawn today. The raid was conducted following a tip-off received by the Police Special Task Force. 2 suspects and a lorry were taken into the custody of the police. The Puttalam police has launched further investigations into the incident. Up next is Crime Watch.
A body was discovered last evening in the Kambikotua area in Grand Pass, Colombo. The remains were discovered in close proximity to the railway track. According to police, the identity of the deceased was confirmed as his national identity card was found on him. The deceased was identified as Chandra Tilakaratna, a 46-year-old resident of Bulat Sinhala. Police say that the victim had been killed after being attacked with a club. Extensive investigations have been launched into the incident. Meanwhile, a body was discovered near a building which is under construction in Bogalavatta, Peradeniya. The deceased has been identified as the building owner's father. Our correspondent said that the owner of the building is overseas and that the body of his father was discovered by construction workers. The coroner who arrived at the scene launched investigations in this regard, following which the individuals who gathered at the site were questioned.
මේ වන්නේ අපිට මෙයා වටනවද කවුරුත් තල්ලු කරාද මෙහෙ උනේ මොකද්ද කොහොමද කියන ප්‍රශ්නාර්ථයක් ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ තියෙනවද මම හිතන්නේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ තෝරන්නේ මට ප්‍රශ්නක් තියෙනවා ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා මෙයා බලන්න ප්‍රශ්නාර්ථයක් තියෙනවා කොහොමද මට දේවල් තියෙන විදිහට මට ඔයාලට කියන්න බෑ රයිට් රිපෝට් එකක් එක්ස්පෝර්ට් කරලා මහත් සතුම ගෙනලා
The Peradeniya police have launched further investigations into the incident. Meanwhile, another body was recovered from a lake in Palukulavava, Talava. Police believe that the death occurred 2 days ago. A motorbike which is believed to be that of the victims and a pair of slippers along with few material were also recovered. A magisterial inquiry is being conducted by the Tambutte Gama magistrate S.B. Ilangasingha.
6,860 kilograms of dust tea which was being transported for export purposes in Karuganna was seized by the District Crimes and Operation Unit attached to the Central Province DIG office today. 686 boxes containing 10 kilograms of dust tea which was deemed unfit for consumption were seized by the police aboard a lorry while the driver of the lorry was arrested in connection with the incident. Forged permits which were in possession of the driver to transport the dust tea were also found. Correspondent notes that this would have caused grave damage to the image of Ceylon tea in the international arena. One person died after the boat capsized Mahagalgamur tank.
The deceased was identified as a 44-year-old resident of Mahagalgamur and a father of 3. The incident occurred when 2 persons went fishing and the other individual had survived drowning by hanging onto a tree. We put the net. After putting the second net, suddenly he went under. He said he cannot swim at that point and I told him to hold on to the oar. I said that I would swim as much as I can and I will get onto a tree. By the time I got to the tree, he had drowned. Police said that the body was found this morning. I heard someone screaming but didn't know who it was. Didn't know whether an elephant had attacked. People came running with an inflated tube. I saw one person on the palm tree and I called the police. I informed the OIC of the incident and requested to send someone. The Galgamur police is conducting further investigations.
Environmentalists inspected a location near Gatamekandi where sand mining activities are taking place, causing harm to the banks of the Mahavali River.
The sand mining is taking place in close proximity to the historic old port in Gannorua along the Mahavali River. Representatives of several environmental organizations inspected the location. They claim that sand mining activities are taking place without any permits. We were able to witness the manner in which the officers of the Central Environmental Authority were occupying the area. The presence of the media at the location was highly opposed.
There is no permission, no license. No one has come here to even to look at it. In a situation like this, they have done a huge damage to the river.
ඊළඟ වර්ෂා කාලයත් එක්ක දැනටමත් වර්ෂාව පටන් ගෙන මෙතනින් මේ හේදිලා යන පස තනිකරම පෙරෙන්නේ අපේ ජලාශය එන්නේ මහා විහාරස්ථාන.
The side effects of this illegal activity will be clearly felt during the next rainy season. This washed mud will fill our waterways. Environmentalists show that 5 acres have already been excavated.
We inquired from the area director of the Central Environmental Authority, Susantha Vadage, regarding this incident. He stated that the Central Environmental Authority have not given permission for excavation. He also stated that they will be conducting further investigations in this regard.